Everybody have a seat. If you are the yellow group and you are a boy, you need to stand up and walk to the back floor and line up with Mr. Ryan. All yellow boys walk to the back door. Come stand up with Mr. Ryan and have a seat in line. Have a seat. If you're in the yellow group and you're a girl, you need to walk to the back door and line up with Miss Kelly. Any yellow girl, you need to walk to the back door. Go to the white line and have a seat in front of Miss Kelly.
Okay, this is the swimming section of the 11:15 checkpoint.
All yellow group needs to be walking. Walk.
It requires 3 instructors.
Miss Kelly or Mr. Ryan. The rest of you may play.
Usually a male for the boys because they are changing into bathing suits, and a female for the girls. It must be a female for the girls for them changing in their bathing suits. And then it requires 1 additional staff member, that's Rachel, to walk up and down the lines to make sure everyone is face forward, hands to themselves, and doing what they're supposed to be doing. Now, okay, the instructor is, the girls are coming up to her and she telling her their name. She is asking them if they would like to swim today. If they do want to swim, then she instructs them to go and sit on the line over. If they do not want to swim, then they have to go upstairs. This is done before lunch. None of them have had their lunch yet. So we are not checking for attendance right now. We are only checking for swimming. Now on the roll, there's a block that says swimming/field trip. And sometimes it will say Y for yes or N for no, which means that the child is not allowed to swim or that they must swim. Most of the time, the block is either blank, which means they have the option. By default, everybody has the option to go on field trips and swim, or it may say O, which means option. So just the same as field trips, Kelly is writing a Y if they're going and circling it, and an N if they're not going. The same thing is going on over here with the boys. Okay, we are now left with 2 lines. These are the kids that are actually going swimming. And the instructor is going to walk them over to the bags. The instructor, you can go ahead and go, Kelly. The instructor is always going to be in front of the line so that they do not run in front of her. They're going to go and get their bags and then line up again to go upstairs. The boys are going to walk and get their bags, and then their changing area is actually right here where the black changing things are. All right, this is when they're getting their bag. They're getting their bag from the side over here, and then they're lining up again in 2 lines. Now before they go to their changing stations, the instructor is going to count 1 more time to match the numbers on the roll to make sure they don't leave anybody behind. Now it's very loud over here because the lunch is going on at the same time. So you just have to make sure that you keep control over your lines and make sure everyone is sitting and try not to get distracted by anything else going on. Okay, the boys all have their bags and we are back on the back floor now. We make 3 lines. He tells them just to sit on the lines in front of the changing stations, and they go in 1 at a time. Inside their bag, a lot of them have sunscreen. If they have sunscreen in their bag, it is required that they put it on. Their parents would not pack their sunscreen without them wanting them to put it on. So if they have sunscreen, they need to put it on. Make sure you get their face and their back, and of course the shoulder area when you put the sunscreen on. The boys can put the sunscreen on by themselves, but if they need help, then you do need to help them. And you also need to watch them put their sunscreen on so that you can make sure they get their face and shoulder area. Okay, now we are upstairs. The girls change in the upstairs area. Boys change downstairs. We are against the wall. The kids wait against the wall to get changed. Now there are 5 areas for the kids to change when they're upstairs. We have the one of the bathroom stalls. We have the locker area in the women's bathroom. We have the room underneath the exit sign. It's the music room, but there are also a lot of change in there. And then we have this door right here. That inside of that door, they can also change. And then one stall in the women's bathroom is always left open in case we have an emergency and someone needs to go to the bathroom. You will notice that there are 2 pieces of carpet, 2 rugs on the floor. That's very important. The sunscreen, when it's sprayed, then it needs to be sprayed over the carpet because it does get very slippery if it gets on the floor. Okay, so same thing with the sunscreen. If they have sunscreen in their bag, they are required to have it. Parents would not pack it if they did not want their kids to have it. You need to make sure that you get their face and their shoulders. The girls can do it by themselves, but of course you need to watch. If they're doing it by themselves, they need to go one at a time, and you do need to watch so that you can see that they're getting their back, shoulders, and face. Okay, the bags, the girls leave their bags up here for this first group. This is the white group that already changed. And then the yellow group will leave their bags in another area, maybe here or here, just so that it's a little bit easier to find when they come back upstairs. Hi.